To Rotterdam. Now Celtic face Feyenoord away in their opening match. Luke Shanley in position for us. Luke, when Celtic brought Brendan Rodgers back into the club then, was doing well in Europe one of his main priorities, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. That is something he wanted to do. Remember, in his first spell at Celtic, he won all the domestic trophies that he could. He's already out of the League Cup in Scotland this season, but he will want to try and get Celtic at least trying to get a win in this Champions League group stage. He's only won once before when he was in charge with Celtic in the Champions League. That was away in Anderlecht back in 2017. But he's had 42 games in charge of Celtic in Europe. And yes, it will be difficult tonight, no doubt about that, given they've got defensive injuries. There was a bit of a doubt over Kyogo, but I'm sure he will start tonight. So, yeah, Brendan Rodgers will want to do better in European football, there's no doubt about that, but it's a very tough group when you look at Feyenoord and also Atletico Madrid and Lazio. But I think that is one target for Brendan Rodgers, is to make sure that Celtic are improving and competing in European football. But in the past, when he was in charge, he had difficult nights away in Barcelona, at home and away to Paris Saint-Germain. So he'll be under no doubt that this will be a tough task here in Rotterdam. But again, it's one that if Celtic want to improve after last season's Champions League campaign, then they need to be able to come here, soak up the pressure and see what they can do, because it will be a great atmosphere in that stadium behind me.
Absolutely, Luke. Now, Feyenoord will be no easy game at all. Champions, of course, in Holland, and just a point off the top of the Eredivisie this season. What kind of challenge do you think they will pose tonight?
Yeah, they drew their first two games of the season, 0-0 and 2-2. But then after that, they've won 6-1, 5-1 and 6-1. 17 goals scored, just 3 conceded. So they are certainly an attacking threat. Yes, they do have injury issues that they have to deal with, but Arne Slot, the way his team like to play football, they certainly like to attack. And they will be dangerous tonight. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And in Europe in the last couple of seasons, last year they got to the quarter-final of the Europa League, lost to Roma, and it was Roma who won the final of the Conference League the season before that against Feyenoord. So in Europe they might not have the Champions League experience, but they certainly have experience of getting far in European competitions in the last couple of seasons, and they will see this as their sort of natural progression in the Champions League. So that makes it an absolutely fascinating tie, and of course it's the first meeting of the team since the 1970 European Cup final. Feyenoord won that one after extra time 2-1 in the San Siro, but this one, it's a totally different era now, and for both they'll want to get off to a flyer in this Champions League, because it is a very tough group and these games could be important.